Hey everybody, good morning. I just want to do a little check-in. I'm over this last grief bender. I don't binge anything else, so getting through this with a clear head sucks. Like, I understand why people turn to substances. It's not for me, but I understand why, because this pain is so horrible. It's debilitating. 3 days I spent laying on this bed, curled up with these blankets, crying, feeling every single emotion, processing, feeling, being present in every single one of these emotions, allowing myself to feel them. I can't be numb to them, because then I will never get through this. And grief is not something that you get over. You don't get over it. You don't get around it. You have to go through it. You have to feel everything. And it's not easy, but it is necessary. You see, I can't live in this part of my life. I can't live in this grief. It's never going away. I have to learn how to live with it. And I will. But I can't stay in it. Living with it and living in it are two different things. You see, grief gets braided into your life with every other emotion. I know that I will never feel happiness without that grief being by. I know that I will never feel sad without feeling that grief. I know that I will never feel angry without that grief. It is woven into every intricate detail of my soul at this point. So instead of fighting it or letting it overcome me, I have to walk through life with it by my side. I have to become friends with it. I have to accept it. Otherwise, it will be my demise, and I can't let that happen. I've got a little boy who's 6 years old that needs me. I take him to grief counseling, and I tell him that it'll be okay. Sissy's in a better place. That it's okay to feel all these emotions. And what parent would I be if I told him that he has to feel these things, and that it's okay, and all these other things, and that it will get better if I don't do the same? I need to be an example for him. I need to be strong for him. And I also need to teach him that it's not weakness. If anything, it's more courageous to let yourself feel all these things, to break down. That it's a sign of strength, not weakness. And learning how to accept is one of the hardest things. For me right now, it's learning to accept that it's okay to continue life without her. I don't want to. I want to freeze time. I want to stop the timeline. I want to stay here in bed and not have any more experiences in life, because then that means that I'm going to have those experiences and she'll never know about it. She won't be there for them. I can't send her a text and be like, hey, guess what I did today? You know, I don't want to have life without her, but I have to. And I have to accept that that's going to happen. And it's going to be hard, but I need to also accept my own strength. And I need to remind myself that I can do it. I need to accept my friend's help when I can't. And I also need to accept the fact that, you know, this is something I have to do, not just to inspire my son and not just to, you know, be an example for him, but also because if I don't get through this and I choose to stay stagnant in this grief, then one day Griffin's going to wake up and he's going to feel like he's living in his sister's shadow. And I can't do that to him. So I know that with every wave of grief, it's going to get a little easier. They're going to separate a little further and further apart as time goes on. And I know that those waves are never going to end. They're going to continue hitting me and crashing up against my harbor walls. I know that. But I also know that I have faced a lot of storms in my life. Some that would make the strongest man fall to his knees. And I know that I'm equipped to handle this. It just fucking sucks. So, you know, grief is not linear. Not by any means. It's so unique to everybody because everybody's unique and everybody's relationships are unique. And that's why I hate hearing people say, I know how you feel. Because the reality is that even if you've lost a child, you really don't know what the other person feels because you are not that person. Everybody's lives and experiences have molded and shaped them into who they are today and how they process things, how they feel things. You know, my version of anger is not your version. And so when I feel angry about what happened, how I feel it, how I process it, how I express it, may not be how you do it. So the fact that grief is so unique to everybody, but yet everybody can relate to it. You know, I understand being told I can understand how you feel on a surface level. Yes, I agree with you. You probably can. But I can't understand what you're going through, and you can't understand what I'm going through entirely. And that's okay. But I think that we have to have some more compassion for each other. You know, I'm going to post sad things. Doesn't mean I'm milking it. I'm going to post happy things. It doesn't mean I'm heartless and I've just forgotten my daughter. This is going to be an experience that I'm willing to share with other people because I want them to be inspired. I want them to hear my words and be able to relate. I want people to learn. I want to provide support. But we need to understand that everybody is different. And everybody's going to have different experiences with grief. Every one of them is valid and every one of them is unique. And I understand that some people may go into the comment section and say some harsh truths and say, well, it's just me being honest. The thing is that honesty without compassion is cruelty. It is. You know, there's a lot of things you can be honest about, but if you don't do it compassionately, then you're just being really cruel. You're being mean-spirited. And that helps nobody. So, I want you to take that and I want you to think about that the next time you want to go into a comment section and say something that you know in your heart is not a nice thing to say to somebody. And don't blanket it with, well, I'm just being honest. Is it necessary? Is it helpful? Is it positively constructive? Or is it destructive? And if you can't take a step back and observe that with clear lenses and an emotionally intelligent mind, then just keep scrolling.